One and only Mr. Marty Dagamo. Marty, you're muted.
Yeah, I figured it out. Once in a while I can get that right, you know. I'll make up the difference. I'll talk plenty. Thank you very much. You did a fantastic job, by the way. Fantastic. Anyway, let's get started. It's the 18th of December, Christmas, a little over a week, and we're going to give you a present early. A lot of people come online, they're looking for a way to build an income. And I did it 17 years ago, and it wasn't as easy as I thought. And today you're going to be shown a business that anyone can do. And I know you've heard that before, but I've heard it before too, for 17 years. And it took me, thank God, I ran into this business and I haven't turned back. I do nothing else but this business because I know the impact it's going to have on everyday people. Little about myself, I'm 61 years old, soon to be 62, which can't believe that either. And like I said, I came online in 2004 and I was looking, well, you know, people are making extra money and I needed extra money because I built a family much quicker than I built my income. And I said, well, if other people could do it, I think I can do it. So I got into a business. I can't remember which one. It was a long time ago. And obviously it's not around anymore or something happened. But I got in and I did what I was told. Read this book, listen to this tape, do this course, and follow us and we'll make you very successful. Not quite what happened. I found out through that business and many after that, that the biggest problem was what they're telling me to do to make me successful just wasn't quite true. You get into the business, everybody gets in the same reason, they want to make money, and I'll do whatever they tell me, and you do what they tell you, make a list, make a big list, get ready for, try to get as many no's as you can, put your family and friends on there and tell them about the business. They'll get in, you'll be rich and head off into the sunset. That doesn't happen that way. I found that about 7 or 8 years into it, doing everything, obviously I'm learning something, you know, I mean, but there was always elusive, like I did solo ads, I did all the stuff where you could build a team and it just didn't work. I could not bring in people faster than they quit. And I'm going to give you a reason. For almost everyone, you bring them in, you get in a business, you have an auto ship, right? Now, you've already put in money to buy some kit or something. So you're behind the 8 ball now. You're not even ahead. You're actually paid. That's okay. I was willing to do that. But as you go, now you try to bring in friends and family. They get in. They did the same thing you did. Now they made a list and some of their friends and family get in, maybe if you're lucky. But as time goes on, the next month, you owe that auto ship again. Now, have I brought in any more people? No. Why? I don't know how. I don't know how to market. So that went on, like I said, 7 or 8 years. And I said, I got to learn how to do something. So I started working with, you know, the Twitter and Facebook ads. And I got to the point where I joined up with a gentleman named Mike Ellis and another guy named Dan Street, and we could drive traffic. And I said, we got it made. We found the keys to the to success. And then we only found out there's more stuff we didn't know. And what was that? Well, anybody you bring in, guess what? They're in the same position you were when you got in. They don't know. So I said, well, that's easy. We'll just duplicate what we're doing. And that's not true. That doesn't happen. Nobody could do it. Let me tell you why. If the gurus could truly give you and show you and duplicate what they're doing, why is it that 98%, maybe 98.5% don't make any money? In fact, they lose money. Why is that? Because it doesn't work. And it's just not true. Now, I told people, come in with me and I'm going to help you. I tried. But I realized as we were going, I can't, what can I help? 5 people, 6? You're not going to make an income with 6 people. I don't care what business it is. So I said, man, this is discouraging. I mean, let's say you bring in 100 people and 2, 3, 4 weeks later, 40 of them quit. You bring another 180 quit. Now the first 20 that are left over, they quit because it's their 3rd month. They haven't made a dime. So you're just constantly trying to bring people in quicker than they quit. And they're quitting for the same reason. It's not their fault. They can't drive traffic. They're a single parent. They're working 40, 60 hours a week. They don't have the time to learn all these little details it is to even build a business. So about 2.5 years ago, almost 3 now, I was talking with my business partners. I said, look, I might give this up because I can't, even if I can build a team, I can't look in people's eyes and say, oh, I'm going to help you, when in my heart, I knew I couldn't. I would build little systems to try to help them, but it wasn't massive enough to help enough people. So thank God I ran into a friend that I trusted online. I knew him for a couple of years and he was doing something. So I said, what are you doing? And he told me about this business. Now I'm not going to get in detail because I'll ruin it. Okay. Mr. Charles Osong is a master at explaining this A to Z. And when he's done, you'll see why I didn't do it. But I'm going to give you a little bit of the frame of it. So I went to him and I said, what are you doing? And I asked basic questions because I'm not looking for Mount Everest here. I need to know, is there an auto ship? No. Okay, that makes 9 out of 10 people happy, right? Can anyone do it? Yes, that makes 100% of the people happy. And the last one was, how much do they need to know? And he said, it's 100% automated. You're in, you win. And I went, well, first I said, this is too good to be true, right? But for the amount it cost, I had to do it. So I got in, went back to my business partners, blah, 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 all over them, right? I was pretty excited. We got in, we found out how this works and what's really going on. My first goal was I got to find the owner. I would like to talk to him to find out if he is who we think he is. And true enough, he was. And from then till now, I am super stoked. I wouldn't want to do anything else. I've met a lot of people that are phenomenal, and it's an amazing business, amazing. And anyone can do it. And I want to tell you before we get off, after you listen to Mr. Osong, who will tell you how this works, and you will understand when you leave. If you want a copy of this webinar, I'll put my email there. You send me an email and I'll send you a copy so you can watch it in your own time. No matter what Charles goes through today, keep this in the back of your mind. 100% automated. You don't need to know what me, or definitely don't need to know what Charles knows. But what Charles knows is IT, okay, which means he understands how big it is. He understands, wow, if people get their hand on that and it's done for them, lights out. It's an explosion. So I'm going to turn it over to Charles Osong, over 30 years experience. No one explains it any better than Charles. So listen up. Don't get overwhelmed. He's going to explain it as easy as he can. Remember, his background is IT. So again, here's my friend and business partner, Charles Osong.
Thank you, Madi, very much. Your experience in this business cannot be underestimated. You've been around. What you just said is the exact truth. I'm going to be saying pretty much the same thing in a different way. Hopefully, I'm going to break it down as much as I can for those, like you said, who are not into IT. Thank you, Senge. Great job coming back. Welcome back. We hope that you can continue to be with us now that you are not as busy as you used to be. Okay, we love you. The founders love you. And I'm pretty sure the guests who came here, they love your voice, right? Thank you. All right. Now, if you're a guest here today, like Maddie said earlier, today is December 18th. This is an early Christmas present for you, right? And if you're a founder, hey, always good to see you all. Welcome. I'm going to be telling your guests about a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And of course, the way I do that is I tell you my story. Mark Twain once said, as long as you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything. So that's what I do, tell the truth. I've been in the United States for over 36 years now. And I've been working like everybody else, sometimes 2 jobs, sometimes 2.5 jobs, just to make ends meet. Oh, by the way, is the recording on? I need to put the recording on, then forgot to do that. You mean Maddie started without a recording? Oh my God. Okay. So let's start over. Welcome, founders. I want to thank
one thing, Charles, I want to say is it's recorded on YouTube, the whole thing. I thought it automatically recorded here too, but we're good.
Okay, all right. Okay. So let's just continue then, okay? All right, so I will be telling you about this once in a lifetime kind of opportunity. And whoever invited you here has done you a big, big favor. Early Christmas. And the way I do that is I tell you my story. And as Mark Twain once said, you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything. So I have been in the United States for over 36 years, and I've been working sometimes 2 jobs, sometimes 2.5 jobs to make ends meet. And like Maddie said earlier, I've been working in the IT industry, mostly for the most part, okay? But I've also been looking for ways to make extra money. Why? Because I have a big family in the United States and outside of the United States, and I would love to help, right? So, long time ago, I stumbled upon the works of Mr. Warren Buffett, one of the wealthiest gentlemen on earth. And he said, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. That resonated with me so very well. And ever since then, I've been looking for ways to make money in my sleep. I've been looking for ways to make passive residual income. And in so doing, just close to 5 years ago, I tendered my resignation for corporate America. I recall a colleague of mine looking at me and saying, Charles, you must be very lucky. You must have saved up a lot of money to be retiring this early. And I said to him, on the contrary, I have been working for over 30 years and I cannot seem to save up the kind of money that I would love. So there's got to be a better way. I also recall Mark Twain was saying, Robert Einstein, sorry, was once saying, if you keep doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results, that is his definition of insanity. So I said, this guy has a point, okay? I have to do things differently. And that's why I resigned, okay? Not retired because I kept on working for myself, but I did resign, okay? I got myself an office in Maryland in the United States. And just close to 3 years ago, a trusted friend of mine walked into my office and said to me, Charles, you're gonna have to take a look at this. It's gonna blow your mind away. And just so you know, prior to retiring, I had been studying rigorously the behavioral patterns of successful people. And one of them is this. You bring an opportunity to them, they will take a look at it. They'll examine it, make sure they got all the information they need before making a decision. So I started to behave like them, like one of them, right? And that day I told my friend, yes, I am going to look at this opportunity, but I've got 3 questions for you. Prerequisites, 3 of them. Question number 1, with this opportunity, am I going to have to recruit? Am I going to have to sell to someone in order to make money? And when I say money, I mean real money. right? Serious money. Enough money to give me financial freedom. If you remember, I was retired, so time freedom was there, not a problem. But financial freedom, very elusive. And guess what? When you have those two, time freedom, financial freedom, then you can say, I have total freedom. And I was in search of that. So when I asked my friend that day, if I do not recruit, if I do not sell to even one person, am I going to be able to make that kind of money? And my friend said to me, Charles, don't worry. You'll be able to make enough money to leave a legacy to your children, your children's children, and beyond. Now, that sounded like music to my ears. And I said to him, let's go to question number 2. Am I going to have to come out of pocket every month in, month out, to pay some bill? In the industry, they call it ownership. Am I going to have to pay a monthly ownership? He said to me, Charles, nope, you won't have to. Once this company launches, you come out of pocket one more time, and that's it. Okay? Now, I was beginning to love this already. And I said, let's go to question number 3. The last, but certainly not the least. Does this company have legitimate, viable products? By legitimate, I mean legal. By viable, I mean necessary. Something that mankind need, you and I, we need every day. Okay? And now, if a company doesn't have viable products, let me just say this, my friends, that company is a time bomb. It is just a matter of time before it falls. So when I asked my friend that question, do they have legitimate, viable products? He said to me, Charles, you have an extensive IT background. Why don't you take a look at these products? And I said, no problem. I went back, took a look at the products, and I said to him, my friend, should this company succeed in what they're trying to do, okay, we're going to have an internet quake, a shake-up of the internet. But I also said to him, it's going to take some time, maybe 5 years, maybe 6 years. He didn't like that because he's like each and every one of us. He wants instant gratification. He wants money now, all of us, okay? And he said to me, Charles, why would you say that? My response was this. You told me to take a look at the products. I did. And I believe I understand what they're doing. They're using artificial intelligence, AI for short, in every step of the development process. Now, AI, my friends, is a disruptive technology. What do I mean by that? One that comes every once in a while and changes the way we do things. We have no choice. Think about the internet. Now, AI is yet the most disruptive technology mankind has ever known. But AI is very involved. It involves machine learning. It involves empirical data. It involves millions upon millions of lines of coding. So for those of you who are familiar with software development, you agree with me, that is time consuming. And that is why I told my friend, we're going to have to wait a long while. But I also told him, I don't care how long it's going to take. I want to be part of this company right now. I had something called FOMO, fear of missing out. I had missed out on a few opportunities earlier on in my life, and I simply wasn't going to miss out on this one. Okay? So I also asked him, how much is it going to cost me to be part of this company today? Because like I said, the length of time wasn't going to deter me. the amount of the money wasn't also going to deter me. And I was expecting him to give me some big amount of money, $20,000. I didn't care. I had my credit card. Thankfully, in the United States, we don't need cash. All we need is plastics. And I had a few of those at the time. But my friend looked up at me and said to me, Charles, you wouldn't believe this? It's only going to cost you $97. $97. And I thought he was joking. I said, you got to be kidding. And he said, nope, I'm dead serious. And I said, okay, well, here's my credit card. Put it on there. By the time we were done, it had costed me $102. So, yes, there is a $5 charge that banks will charge you when you use credit and or debit card. Big deal. I told him, consider that dinner for two. But I also told him, I don't have 5 years or more to be monitoring this business. Okay, I want you to call me, text me, email me, do whatever it takes, get me informed so I can be part of this revolution. He said, sure. Just about 8 months or so later, he gave me a call. Charles, the CEO of this company wants to talk to all of us in 1 week's time. Can you make yourself available? I said, why not? 1 week later, I hop on the call. And there was Mr. Ashmo Farah. Mr. Ashmo Farah is a CEO and founder of this company. Mr. Ashmo Farah, for those of us who have been founding members for some time now, we've come to know him, we've come to know and love him dearly. Not only because he's going to help us make money, and I can assure you, he will help us make tons of money, but also, and more importantly, because of his heart for humanity. My friends, we do have a few geniuses out there. We do have Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, just to name a few. These guys all have the brains, all of them. But do they have the heart? Well, guess what? As you come to join our company, you'll find out not only does our CEO have the brains, but he has the heart. And that is why a lot of us leaders, myself included, we resonate with him so very well. But mind you, I was listening to Mr. Mo Farah for the very first time. And I hopped on the webinar, just like this one, and he said, folks, we have been making a lot of progress. We are closer to launch more than ever before. That statement threw me off because about 8 months or so earlier, I had told my friend, we will be waiting for the long haul. Now, all of a sudden, here comes this dude, is telling us we are closer to launch. And I'm saying, whom is he kidding? I know what they're doing. It ain't even possible, okay? But what happened was it got my attention. And I was listening keenly. And he went on. We've gone to Bangalore in India. Now, if you're looking up at the camera next to Madi Degamo, it says unpassive. This building was leased by unpassive for 9 years back in December 2020. At the time, this building was non-existent. Mr. Mo Farah had gone to Bangalore in India, and he leased 2 floors in a high-rise building. And he went on. We have hired 200 engineers, and these guys are working day and night to make sure our dream is realized. So now in my head, I'm thinking, most startup companies are going to have 20 to 25 engineers. Most startup companies are going to have these engineers work 8, maybe 9, maybe 10 hours a day. And here comes Mr. Mo Farah. He goes to the source. And when I say source, most of those of you who are familiar with IT, you will agree with me. Indians are the best in the game. He goes to the source. He did not get 20 or 25 engineers. No, he got 200 of them. And these guys were not working 8 or 9 or 10 hours a day. No. These guys were working around the clock, taking turns, working in shifts to make sure this baby is born. So in my head, I'm beginning to think, okay, with this kind of a resource, yes, you are able to cut time frames. With this kind of a resource, yes, you are able to do in 2 or 3 years what is scheduled to take 5 or 6 years. So my belief factor begins to improve, begins to increase, goes off the roof. And I'm listening. And Mr. Mofara went on. There are some founding members, you and I, who have been doing some unethical things. So we're going to be coming up with a non-disclosure agreement, an NDA for short. When you see this NDA, you better sign them up because it is the only way you're going to benefit from this company. 2 months later, he calls up another meeting. Folks, NDAs are out. Go sign them up. I went, took a look at this long document, very long document, and I am not an attorney, not by any stretch of the imagination. But by the time I was done reading this document, it occurred to me that this is serious business. It occurred to me that this is the time I told my friend to call me, text me, find a way to get hold of me so I can be part of it. I look back at the time, money, energy spent from the time I joined this opportunity up until then. And I said, okay, I need to get involved. I need to roll up my sleeves. I called up a few friends into my office and I said, folks, there is a revolution about to happen and we are going to be part of it. We are going to be part of changing lives. We're going to be part of reducing the gap between the poor and the rich. So we are going to have to spread the word massively. Okay? So we brainstorm, and this is digital day and age. What's the best way to do this? Of course, Zoom, right? Because thanks to technology, with Zoom, all you need is a smart device. It can be a laptop, an iPad, smartphone, doesn't matter. You need internet access, data, as you guys call it back in Africa, and you are on. So what is this company I'm telling you about? Again, if you look behind Madi, it says ONPASSIVE, okay? And that name was not given by chance. This is a passive opportunity. What does that mean? That means when you come in, when we launch, which is pretty soon, you're going to come up with one small amount of money, and I'm going to talk to you about that. And you can fold your arms. Those engineers, those staff members of this company are going to work on your behalf and money in your bank account, day in, day out. Our CEO and founder that I mentioned a few moments ago, Mr. Ash Mofara, he graduated with a master's in e-commerce. He went back to Harvard, studied online businesses. This guy has a knack for artificial intelligence, that AI technology I told you about, that disruptive technology. This guy is a guru when it comes to traffic generation. Okay? Now, what is traffic? Well, I'm not talking about cars, motorbikes. No. Traffic is so important, my friends. Let's spend a couple of minutes talking about traffic. It is the most fundamental element in any business. It doesn't matter whether this business is offline or online. But I do know most of here today, we have an age. We are more used to offline businesses. We are what we call digital immigrants. So we're more familiar with that. No problem. We're going to start there. What is traffic offline? Say you have a business offline, and it doesn't matter what kind of business, right? It can be a car dealership, it can be a hair salon, a barber shop, doesn't matter. But let's just say it is a restaurant. And I only use that because I love food and I know each and every one of us has to eat at some point in time. So you have a restaurant and I have the same exact restaurant. Same restaurant, same kind of food. In fact, same chef, food tastes identical. Only difference, location. Your restaurant is located in a busy area, in a shopping mall. Mine is hidden. It's located in a back alley somewhere. Well, your restaurant is going to fare better than mine. And here's why. People are going to come to that shopping mall, minding their own business, to do their hair, do their nails, buy some clothes, window shopping, whatever it is that brings them to the mall. Eventually, they will get hungry. And what happens? They will look up, spot your restaurant, wander into your restaurant, and the end result of that is what? Sales. My restaurant, on the other hand, they're going to have to know that it is there. They're going to have to leave their homes deliberately to go there. Because of that, it suffers. It suffers from what? Traffic. So what then is traffic? The people, the customers coming in and out of your business. That's it. And there are companies online like Google. All they do is make money from that kind of traffic. Sorry, online traffic. Let's go to online first of all. What is online traffic? Clicks, my friends. Okay? You have a business online. The only way for you to make a sale, someone has to come and make a click, right? Click, and they buy. No clicks, no sales. The more the clicks, the more the sales. Okay? So there are companies online like Google making serious money by sending clicks, sending traffic, sending people, customers to all the billions of businesses that we have online. That is online traffic. And that is the bread and butter. Without the traffic online, these businesses cannot survive. Now, we have something called targeted traffic. Even better. What is targeted traffic? Say you go online and you're shopping for something, a TV, for example, and somebody walks behind you and says, hey, why don't you go to charlesosom.com? And the moment you get there, all you see are TVs, all kinds of TVs, all colors, all sizes, right? The prices are there. The chances of you buying, very, very high. That is targeted traffic. Huge. And that is what our CEO is the best in the game of driving targeted traffic. And that is a single differentiator between ONPASSIVE and any other company that you've heard or seen. Now, he has proved himself, Ash Mufara. When he graduated, he got involved with other businesses, drove traffic to them, sent them customers, millions of customers, sent them affiliates. It is true, he made some money doing that. But those companies also made a killing. However, most of them went out of business. Why? I told you guys earlier, no legitimate viable product, any company is a time bomb. So Mr. Mofara and his family, notably his wife, they're gonna sit together and say, we need to stop doing this. We need to stop sending people, customers, to businesses that have no base, to businesses that will eventually fold. So we're gonna start our own. We're gonna have legitimate, viable digital services. We're gonna have founding members, you and I, and we're gonna drive traffic to them, okay? They're gonna make money, we make money, everybody is happy. That is the birth of ONPASSIVE. So Mr. Mofara and his friends, and this is over 3 years ago, and that is significant. Why? At the time, we had no pandemic. We had no COVID-19. These guys were just visionaries. They're going to meet up and say, hey, we have about 8 billion people on Earth. And at any point in time, statistics show that 7 million out of those are online. Now, 7 million, 3.5 years ago or so, you can imagine what it is today with the onset of COVID-19. But 7 million at the time, that's still a lot. So they said, you know what? What are these people looking for? What kind of services are they looking for? Some of you might call it products, same thing. What kind of products or services are they looking for so that we can provide? Well, I know there's something called online banking. I do that. And I know some of you do that as well. When you go online and do your online banking, guess what happens? There are some companies that monetize on our services. And these guys are going to say, you know what, we can do that too. We can provide online banking services. Even better, using AI. Some of us online are doing what? We're on our favorite social media, like LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I love Facebook. But when we go on Facebook, what are we doing? We're sending texts, pictures to friends, family members, colleagues, classmates. Guess what that is called? Community. Okay? So these guys are going to say, you know what? With AI, we can have our own social media. Even better, our own community. AI driven from start to finish. Even better. And as you come to join us, you'll find out our community is already more than 1.1 million strong and climbing by the minute. Some of us online, what are we doing? E-commerce, drop shipping, email marketing, bulk emailing, auto-responding. Guess what? These guys are going to say, you know what? With AI, we can have our own even better. And some of us online, what are we doing? Video conferencing, right? Like us, you and I. If you can see me, or you can hear me, or both, it means you went to some application called Zoom. You put in an ID, and there you are. Well, believe it or not, the founders of Zoom, Eric Wan and his friends, they're monetizing on our services. They're making money as we speak, as we communicate. And Zoom is not the only one. We have Skype, we have AnyMeeting, Cisco WebEx, Google Hangouts, Microsoft Teams. We have a plethora of more than 25 of them. All of them making serious money, especially since the advent of COVID-19. But Zoom is the most popular of all of them. Why? Because it is the most user-friendly, but not for long. You wait. Yes, you wait until we launch our own O Connect. Some of us who have been founders for some time, we've had a privy to have a sneak peek of it. It is clearer, 3D. It is much clearer. It is faster, end-to-end encrypted, more secured. It is scalable. And above all, guess what? At a lower price point, like my friend Mike Ellis always says, it is more affordable. That's what it means. Okay, but let's focus on Zoom for now, because today it is still their day until we get out there, and that is very, very soon. Prior to COVID-19, Zoom was averaging 10 million participants every day prior to COVID-19. Well, April 2020, same company took a statistic. That number had risen to over 300 million participants a day. Now you can imagine what it is today. November 30th, 2020, Forbes magazine came out with a report. Zoom had made more profits than ExxonMobil, the decades-old American oil company. So you can know where the money is headed. And you guys know why? Well, guess what? Ever since the pandemic, every university, high school, middle school, elementary school, asking students to take classes virtually. Ever since the pandemic, I have seen men of God, women of God, having virtual Bible services, prayer services. In fact, one of our Senge attended her graduation today. It had to be virtual. It was canceled. Because of what? Pandemic. So Zoom is making money, okay? And these guys at ONPASSIVE are going to say, you know what? The world is going virtual, and we are going to help you all monetize. Let's talk about another virtual service, VPN, Virtual Private Network. It's a fancy name. What is it? Just a fancy name? It's a fancy name for a tunnel. A tunnel that cuts across a major network, such as the internet. It provides for privacy. Employers use it so that their employees can access corporate data, corporate information, without fear of bad guys, without fear of hackers. Ever since the pandemic, more and more companies asking employees to work from home. Facebook, Microsoft, Google, even the federal government asking employees to work from home. Well, guess what? Some company is monetizing on those services. Now, these guys at ONPASSIVE, they're going to say, you know what? With AI, we can have our own VPN. We call it O virtual. Super smart, super intelligent, more scalable, more secure, end-to-end encrypted. And above all, guess what? More affordable. My friends, I can assure you, when ONPASSIVE launches, the big players in this space, in this VPN space, like Cisco Networks, they are going to know there is a new sheriff in town. Yes, they will know. Let's talk about another service, search engine optimization, SEO. What is that? That's a mouthful, right? So what is it? We know of search engines. We know of Yahoo. We know of Bing. And for those of us Apple enthusiasts, we know of Safari. But I'm also very sure that every one of us should know of Google, right? It's so popular, it's like a verb these days. Google it. Now, all of these companies make tons of money. You can go to Google 10 times a day, 100 times a day to search for something. It is free. They don't charge you a penny. A lot of us go to Facebook all the time. It is free, right? All these high-tech companies, YouTube, all of them. Well, guess what? They don't charge you a penny, yet they all bring in billions of dollars. How do they make money? That's a billion-dollar question, okay? Most of us, we don't know. And frankly, we don't even care because we feel that it is none of our business. But guess what? ONPASSIVE is going to help us make money the same way that most of them make that kind of money. And here's a main way that Google makes money. You go to Google today, you search for something, okay? It can be anything. It can be a laptop, it can be a phone, a camera, it doesn't matter. But let's just say it is a camera, only because I do market my cameras on Google, right? And you go there, you search for cameras, what happens? A bunch of them will pop up. You click on one of them, say you click on a camera that's from my store, you just costed me money. Why? At the end of the month, Google is going to tally up all the clicks that went to my store, and they will charge me. They bill me automatically. They have a credit card of mine on their file, and they call it pay-per-click. Whether you buy it or not, doesn't matter. They have done their job. And I'm a small business guy online, very, very small, almost insignificant. But I'm paying Google every month about $400 average. Okay, I'm also paying Zoom for my teaching classes. I'm paying them every month. I'm paying a company called GoDaddy for what? DNS, domain name service. Every business online has to have a domain name. So when you hear xxx.com, .net, .info, all of that, that is a domain name, and that is paid for. And there's companies that host those domain names, okay? And they're doing what we call domain name service. And ONPASSIVE with AI at the back of our hands, we're gonna do that too. I can assure you, when ONPASSIVE launches, all these companies in the DNS space, in this SEO space, they are going to know there is a new kid on the block. Mark my words. So what am I doing, my friends? All I'm doing is simple. I'm giving you the services, the products. Like I see people chatting, what is the products? I am giving you the products, the services that ONPASSIVE is putting together. The ones that you and I can relate to, because there are more. We have virtual education. We have tracking applications, all kinds of stuff. HR, a lot of them. But some of us don't know about them. But we do know, every one of us knows about social media, right? We do use those services. So I'm giving you those services that ONPASSIVE is putting together. And what is ONPASSIVE doing? Simple. They're saying, if you're an individual online, you're a business online, you need something, some service, we're gonna provide you for you, AI-driven, the fastest, the most valuable, we're gonna provide it for you. And we're gonna put it under one umbrella. In IT, we'll call it what? Single sign-on. And here's a big word for you today. It is integrated. No company on earth has ever succeeded in integrating all these services. At ONPASSIVE, we are 99% there. My friends, I told you earlier in the beginning, with ONPASSIVE, you don't have to recruit or sell to make money, enough money. With ONPASSIVE, you don't have to come out of pocket every month to pay some bill. With ONPASSIVE, we have the most legitimate, viable digital services you can imagine in this day and age. Now, that is value. And I can assure you, if you find all three of these things I just mentioned in one company, you contact any one of us that you see here, and we're going to be your first customer. Yes, we will. You're going to find a company that has one, maybe two, but not three of them. Okay? Now, with all of this stuff, all of this value, what is it going to cost you to become a founder today? And I told you guys earlier, when my friend came to me almost 3 years ago, it was $97. Today, fortunately for you, if you're listening to this as a guest, it is still $97. But I can assure you that window is closing very, very fast because we have started launching the products. We have started beta testing. Very soon, the foundership will be done, completely done. So if you're a guest, get back to whoever invited you and get on board really, really fast, super, super fast. Now, if you know of a guy called Richard Branson, one of the wealthiest people on earth, he said, if someone offers you an amazing opportunity and you don't understand it, jump on it, say yes, and then begin to understand it. This is an amazing opportunity. It's even more than amazing. Why? Because after 30 days, you pay your $97, you don't like what you see or hear, guess what? Say, I want my money back. Given to you, no questions asked. Okay, you pay your $97, what happens next? As a founder, we're gonna be launching pretty soon. However, you don't have to do anything until launch. Well, you can invite your friends and family to enjoy what you are gonna be enjoying, right? However, you don't have to, okay? Because you will be fine. You can just wait, sit down, fold your arms until we launch. And when we do launch, you're gonna come out of pocket again, one last time. One last time. And how much is it gonna cost you? Anywhere between $200 to $300, okay? So keep it in your head, $300. If it's less than that, you have extra money for dinner, okay? Now, what is that money for? That money is gonna activate your package. You're gonna become a product of the products, okay? We as founders we are going to be the company's first customers. So when the company launches, we're going to pay that money, become customers. It is a monthly subscription, by the way. Yes, it is a monthly subscription. Why? We are here today. We know we're going to get residual income, right? There can be no residual income without subscription. The two go hand in hand. So we're going to be paying a subscription. However, here's a good thing. Here's the good news. We are going to come out of pocket once upon launch. Thereafter, the company is going to pick up the tabs. It's going to pay us from the profits because AI goes to work on our behalf, bringing in customers. And once we get a commission at the end of the month, the company is going to pay that subscription for us, and the balance we can take home. Huge. You might say it's almost too good to be true, like Buddy said earlier, but it is happening. Why? Thanks to AI and AI-driven traffic that no other company out there has. Okay? Now, I am going to say this. With unpassive, you can be very, very passive, and you will be just fine. Or you can be active, like some of us are. We introduce our friends and family. Why? Because number one, we love them. Number two, we don't want them to shortchange us. We want them to make their own money. We want to give them the hook or give them the net rather than give them fish. That's it. Otherwise, all of us will succeed. Those who are active may just get there faster than those who are passive. But everyone is a winner. Our slogan is, once you're in it, you will win it. And after saying this, I want to say this. There is risk in every business. And after this, we're going to go to questions and answers, Q&A. There is risk in every business. And unpassive is no different. Okay? What is our risk? $97. That's it. But it's only risky after 30 days because guess what? Within 30 days, you can get a refund. So our CEO has made it less of a risk. Okay? But here's how it works. Every business that you see out there, Google, Facebook, all of them, there are founders. And those are the people that make the real money because they were there from the get-go. You wait until the world knows about it, too little, too late. You'll make some money, yes, but are you going to make the kind of money that the founders make? No. That's why they say nothing ventured, nothing gained. But if you don't feel like risking your $97, no problem. You can wait. You wait until we launch, and you can still become part of us. You're just not going to be a founder. Okay? Now, I believe I've given you enough information to make an informed decision. But if you're a guest and you still have doubts and you need some clarification, guess what? We're here at the panel. We're going to make sure you go home with your questions answered. Okay? So I'm going to hand over to our one and only Senge to moderate and bring in the guests who have questions. Founders, if you do have questions, I know these are exciting times, things are happening. We have a Monday roundtable for founders only. And in that webinar, we stay there as long as every question is answered. So let's yield our time to our guests so that they can have the same opportunity to come in like you had in the beginning. Thank you. Over to you, Senge.
Thank you so much, Mr. Madi Dagamo. Thank you, Mr. Charles. Guys, there is nothing you've heard ever in your life before what you've heard today. So now it's time for our question and answer session. Can you please just raise your hand by your name? And I'm going to put you onto the panelist board so that you can ask your question, please. And we want to make sure that your video is on too, so we can be looking at you while you're looking at us, right? It's exciting to see each other. So at this time, I'm going to transfer Louise. I'm going to promote you to the panelist board. Louise, it looks like it takes a while for that to pop up. Let me do that one more time. All right, there you go. Allow to talk. There you go, Louise. Your turn. Louise, are you there? Your microphone is muted, so you might want to turn it on. And of course, we want your video to be on too, please. Mr. Louis?
Louis, if you are having hard time, okay, if you're having a hard time, look at your, hopefully on the laptop at the bottom of the screen, to the left, you'll see a sign that says mute. Click on it and you should be fine.
Yes. I've also given you the authorization to open your microphone, Louis, so you can go ahead. Ask to unmute. I did that several times.
Okay, in the meantime, there's somebody called Zoom user. I don't know if you want to bring anybody up called Zoom user.
Yeah, okay, Zoom user.
You have to put their name.
There you go, Zoom user. That you will need to make sure that.
You can bring Zoom user up, but they'll have to rename themselves in order to speak, right?
I think he changed. Did he change? I think I let in someone else. Samuel, it's okay. Samuel, you can go ahead since you're on already.
Yeah.
Hey, Samuel.
Hello.
How you doing?
Hello. I'm doing great, and you?
Doing awesome. Thank you so much. Do you have a video, sir?
Yeah.
Can we see your video if you don't mind?
Yeah. Yeah.
Samuel.
Yeah.
Do you have video?
Samuel,
No.
are you a guest? Are you a guest?
No, I'm a founder.
Okay.
I'm a founder.
Well,
Hello.
this session is reserved for guests to ask questions, Samuel. So
Yeah.
yes.
Can I go ahead?
No, this is a guest only webinar.
Okay, dear. Okay. Okay.
So,
Yes,
so
sir.
come back on Monday with your questions. We will be glad to answer every question that you have. Okay.
Okay, I've taken him off, and at this time, if Lois is not coming forth, we're going to take this Zoom user, whom I'm going to promote to the panelist board. Okay, Zoom user, your hand was raised, and you're now on the panelist board. You can ask a question, please. Make sure you can change that to your name, if possible. We like that, and also if you can turn your video on, I think that would be a great idea too. Zoom user. Okay, I think the only hands we do have, Zoom user has just lowered their hand on the board here. Let me see. I think I'm looking at it right. So basically, we do not have questions.
All right. And if you have question and you are shy, you can put on the chat. But again, only for the guests, no founder type questions, please.
Blessing has their hand up. Blessing, I'm trying to promote you to panelist board. Okay, Blessing, you can go ahead and ask your question. Blessing, Blessed Goodwin. Is that Godwin? Blessed Godwin.
Yeah, good evening.
Hello, sir.
Good evening.
Yes, sir. Good evening. How you doing?
I'm good. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you. 10-4. Can you put on your video, please?
Okay, I'm glad to be here.
Pleasure to have you.
Are you a guest?
Yes, I'm a guest.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Welcome.
Thank you, sir.
You have a question for us?
Yes.
What might that be?
Don't know. I wanted to ask of the confidence we should have as one coming in to invest to be part of the company founders. What should be the confidence we should have? Secondly, what are the things we stand to gain as the whole thing progresses? You get my question?
First of all, let me just say that it is not an investment, right?
Okay.
We are a subscription-based company. When you become a founding member, your $97 gives you that advantage because you can begin to pre-build. In other words, you can get your customer base if you want. You are positioned faster, sooner than others, okay? And when we launch, as I said, there's some noise in your background. Let me mute you while I'm speaking. Okay. And then you can unmute yourself when you're ready to ask. Okay. And when we launch, you're going to be the first customer. In other words, the company is going to build your business for you, right? Those products that I mentioned, I hope you were there on time to listen. All those digital products will be put on your website for you, hands-free, like Maddie said earlier, right? You don't have to do anything. They're going to drive traffic. And I said traffic means customers, eyes on your business. They're going to drive traffic to your website. And these guys are going to be coming and looking at these products. They're going to say, wow, these are great products. And they're going to pay for them. Like I told you, I pay for Google every month. That's a product. I pay for Zoom every month. That's a product. I pay for domain name service. That's a product. We are going to have all those products, and people who need them are going to come and purchase them. And then once they purchase them as a subscription, customer support kicks in on our behalf, right? And they got any issues, they will relate directly to customer support while you are sleeping or playing golf. You see that? And money in your bank account. So that's what you stand to gain for one little $97 plus, let's just say $300. That's it. You're ever going to come out of pocket. That's it. So just imagine the kind of benefit you have as time goes on, because every day, every week, every month, new customers will be subscribing through your website. So that's what you stand to gain. You can unmute yourself and let me know whether or not you get it or you have questions still.
Bless Godwin, you have permission to open your microphone again if you have any more questions for Mr. Charles or Mr. Amadi.
Okay.
So
Thank
does it
you
make
very
sense
much
to you?
for yes, I got it clear.
Okay.
I'm sorry I came in late because of
that's
some
why.
schedule.
Okay.
So I will like to have the record of the event, the Zoom this evening.
Okay, so send an email to unpassivenation@gmail.com.
Okay, I will do that.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Blessed Godwin. I want to also say thank you to John Barilla. You're answering some questions on the chat board, guys. If you're a founder, reserve your questions for Monday. Monday, we're going to be having a webinar for founders only, where you can ask all the founder questions. This session is reserved for our guests. So please avoid posting questions that you are not supposed to post here. This is because we have to keep the information, the company information, proprietary, and we sign NDAs. We cannot start talking about things that concern the founders right now. Today is a guest-only webinar. And guys, just to remind you, today's caption is, let's bless our loved ones. So we're looking forward to blessing our loved ones, making sure that they understand what unpassive is. Call them to come on board. If they can't come, pay for them. It's gifting season, right? Come on now, it's holiday period. You can pay for someone and invite them to come. They might take a while to get it, but guess what? With these two leaders here and many, many other leaders that we do have at Unpassive, it's always a pleasure to tell you everything about Unpassive. So guys, I do not see any other hands raised. I'm going to go down the chat board here and see if there's anything that we have missed. So Michael, I think someone has answered that already. Let me see. Okay, Rose has answered that, that the $97 is there to secure your founder's position. But then, like Mr. Charles mentioned, that is not the only amount you're supposed to be paying when we do launch. When we do launch, there's supposed to be one more payment that you're going to make. But for meantime, in the meantime, guys, you only pay $97. How cool is that? The cheapest holiday gift ever, right? Guys, stay tuned. And let me see who else is asking any questions. Marty, if you can help me go through there if I don't see anything. Maybe you can catch it, Mr. Charles.
I've looked through it. No questions.
Okay,
I think we're good.
Okay, so
this is great. So
I don't see any hands raised.
All right, Christmas season.
I know.
Hopefully next Saturday is Christmas. Not sure we're gonna have any webinar next Saturday because it is Christmas, right?
Yes.
And guess what? We may not even have another founder webinar, right? This might be the last window for you to become a founder. When I went on Tuesday, right? That might be it. So if you're a guest here today, jump on it, okay? Don't sit on the fence. And if you do get on it prior to Monday afternoon at 2 p.m. Eastern, you are welcome to our Founders Only Roundtable when you are simply going to be wowed, okay? I can assure you that. You will be wowed. Is this what I just got myself into, okay? So I want to thank everyone, right? Senge, go ahead.
Some hands just came up. Fortune Ubani, I want to make sure you're a founder before, sorry, you're a guest before I pass you over to the panelist board.
I actually see two hands.
Yeah, and I see Muhammad Hassan. That name looks pretty familiar. So I am going to give you the permission to get on the panelist board. And there you are. Okay. Muhammad, go ahead, please. Open your microphone, please. Muhammad?
Oui.
Bonsoir. Are you a founder or you a guest? Yes.
Yes, no, I am founder.
Okay, we are not, definitely not taking questions from founders today, sir. Sorry. I think we've announced it so many times that it's not going to happen today. Fortune, go ahead and open your microphone, please. Fortune Ubani, are you a founder?
No, I'm a guest.
Or you're a guest, and it's your first time here, correct, sir?
Yes.
Okay, please, go ahead.
I'm trying to reconcile how it said from the beginning, it said you're not gonna sell anything and you're not gonna bring anybody. And then later on, you are talking to your family. So why are you talking to your family and friends if it is said you're not gonna bring in anybody? I'm trying to reconcile that too. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay. All right, Fortune. All right, so let me just say this. I said you don't have to. I didn't say you're not gonna. I said you don't have to. So it's not mandatory, right? However, if I love somebody and I know I love my family members, okay, I want them to enjoy what I enjoy. All right. I don't want that when I start making my money and they're coming to my door and begging me, Charles, can I do this? Can I have this? Can I have that? So I'm blessing them. That's what we call this. Let's bless our loved ones. However, here's a difference, Mr. Obani. Let's say you don't have that heart to bless your family members. That's fine. You wait. And I've blessed my friends and family before we launch. Let's say I brought in 10 of my family members, 10 of them. And maybe some of them, they say monkey see, monkey do, right? Some of them duplicate me and do the same. So before you know it, I have a team of 100 before we launch. Let's just say that. And we go to launch, public launch, AI traffic. And I told you guys, traffic is the key. It goes to work, bringing in customers for you and for me. Okay? So they bring 10 customers for you, for everybody, every founder. Let's just say that. And they bring 10 customers for me as well. But remember, I also have 100 family members and friends who are founders. So 10 for each of them as well makes 1,000 in my team that I started after the first cycle, for example, right? So you're gonna monetize on 10 customers that first month, let's say that, but I'm monetizing on 1,000 customers from day one or from the first month. You see? So I have positioned myself to be ahead of the game, like Zig Ziglar says. You help enough people get what they want, you will eventually get what you want, right? So yes, you make money, I make money, and it's gonna continue. Next cycle, they're gonna bring more customers to you. So over a period of time, you're getting enough, right, to be comfortable. Over a period of time, I'm getting enough, but much sooner, much faster than you. So what did I say? You don't have to, because AI traffic is gonna do it on your behalf. But you can, you help others, you help yourself in the process. Does that make sense? Have you reconciled that now?
Looks like it's muted. Okay.
Well, I'm good. I'm good. That's okay. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Mr. Fortune. We appreciate you being here. Gonna take you off the panelist board for now.
There's someone, yeah, it's a couple hands.
I think I see Ade. Let me go to Bangura first. I think Bangura was on
You
here.
can bring both of them, and one
yeah,
will
let me
speak
just
after the other.
promote both of them, and then we'll have them.
Are you promoting them, or you're just allowing them to talk?
I think I am promoting them,
Because
right?
if you allow them to talk, they will not be able to show their video.
Okay.
But if you promote them to the panel, they will be able to show their video.
Right. Okay, we're gonna start with Bangura first.
Yeah. Good evening or good afternoon.
Yes, sir. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I
Are you a
just want to
founder or a
thank
guest?
you. I'm a founder, but I just want to thank you because I'm enjoying the conversation, your teachings. It's just make me, somebody who has really in the game. I want to thank you, Brother Mike. You've spoken so much educative, and I believe all the questions you are answered on it. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you very much, Bangura, Osman. So I'll see you again on Monday, right? So we can answer more questions.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much. And this time I'm gonna go to Mr. Ade. Mr.
Adewumi.
Okay, Adewumi.
Adewumi, how are you?
And Mr. Adewumi.
Ayodele. I like your name.
Yes.
Adewumi Ayodele. Wow.
Ayodele.
Ayodele, okay.
Happiness has come home. That's my name.
Happiness has come home. Oh my goodness.
Ayodele.
Thank you for coming home with all the happiness.
Now I sent a chat in which I asked, how does one pay that $97?
Okay.
And I didn't get, yes, I haven't got it.
Sorry, let me respond to that right now, okay?
Okay.
So you go back to the person that invited you.
Yeah.
Say, hey, I like this, sounds good to me. I want to be part of it. They'll send you a link. It could be through email, through WhatsApp, whatever it is that you communicate with.
Okay.
Click on it, fill in your name and your email and your password, and that's it, okay? And then you get once you register, you'll get an email to verify that email belongs to you. Once you click on it, it says, takes you to the payment page, right?
I understand that, yes. Okay.
It takes you to the payment page, and you can pay using MasterCard, Visa card, okay, with a global sign, or cryptocurrency if you want that, okay? We have two ways to pay. Credit, debit card, or cryptocurrency. It's up to you, whichever one you choose.
The person who invited me had been a friend for perhaps 25 years or thereabout. So if I tell him to pay now, he will pay on the spot. And he can give you any other detail that you need. As it is, I appreciate your promoting me to the stage where I can speak to you virtually, face to face. I appreciate you very much. And as soon as possible, I'm not going to consult any chancellor of the exchequer or minister of finance or anything. I hold all the decks, no argument. So I am very happy to be here with you, and I intend to be a, how do you call you now? I want to be a
founder.
Founder.
A founder, yes. That's what we call ourselves. And we are one big family, okay? And that's why we'll bring you here so you can get to see us. And guess what? You're gonna see us personally too. It's only because of COVID that people are being careful. But as soon as things slow down, you will be seeing all of us. We will be giving hugs to everybody. We are just one big family, okay?
Okay. So thank you very much. A presidential salute to you.
No problem.
Thank you, Mr. Adewumi Ayodele. Thank you so much, sir. And it's a pleasure to have you here. We don't have any more hands raised. So
all right.
I think we're gonna call it quits.
All right. I want to thank all the participants who came, the founders and their guests. I want to thank especially our leaders here, Senge, and my very good friend, Madi Gamo. We're
One and
always
only.
everywhere.
Hey,
I've seen these days more than
Sanjay,
everybody
thank
else.
you. Thank you,
Thank you,
Sanjay.
Marty.
You
Good
did a
to see
great
you
job.
again.
And Charles, you always do a great job. So
I know, right?
All right, guys, have a great weekend. And if we don't see again, Merry Christmas to you. But I know I will see the founders
On
again
Monday.
Monday.
Yeah.
All right. Take care.
Bye-bye, everyone. Have a great